Every generation needs its heroes, men and women who will champion the cause of Christ through the local church. For those who sense God's call upon their lives to ministry, we are excited to announce that we are designing an internship program to equip you to use your gifts and talents for God's purposes. Our program will offer internship opportunities in 5 areas of ministry: outreach, children's ministry, youth ministry, performing arts, and church operations. Interns will work alongside and be mentored by our pastors and staff, gaining greater insight in the many different areas of ministry. More details to come soon. Join us tonight at 6 p.m. in Honolulu for Pastor Eli Moreno. Pastor Eli is the senior pastor of Changing Point Ministries in Yakima, Washington. Along with his wife, Pastor Teresa, they have a passion to see people's lives won to Christ and to teach them to live transformed by God's Word. It's going to be powerful and an exciting time with Pastor Eli Moreno. Our vision of raising champion generations represents the call upon our church to raise up the next generation, the charge to our church to equip and train the next generation, and a challenge to our church to invest into a champion generation. Pastors Art and Kuna have asked us all to pray about the amount of financial investment we can all do. As we near the date to submit our pledges, Sunday, July 8th, let's remember that together we can accomplish our goal and will raise up a champion generation. If you have not yet received a Raising Champion Generations brochure, please ask an usher or greeter. Vision Weekend is happening Friday, July 13th through Sunday, July 15th. It's a significant weekend for our entire Word of Life family, as all of our church campuses will gather together as one church, united with a heart for God's house. This year's theme for Vision Weekend is, My Church is a Big Deal. Let's discover together the value that God's house adds to all of our lives. This is an important weekend for all of us, and we don't want anyone to miss it. Mark your calendars, put the date in your phone, set your alarms. Just remember, do all that you can to be here.
Vision Weekend 2012, July 13th through the 15th. My Church is a Big Deal. Vision Weekend 2012, July 13th through the 15th. My Church is a Big Deal.
On July 4th, 1776, 56 brave men pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor by signing the Declaration of Independence, a document which declared America free of the tyranny and persecution of British rule. Today, what is often forgotten on Independence Day are the hardships and losses that the signers endured during the struggle for independence. Daring to put their names on a document that repudiated their government was considered treason to the king and punishable by hanging. In the course of the Revolutionary War, 5 signers were captured while actively engaged in military operations. 12 had their homes seized, some of which were destroyed. 2 of the signers' wives were brutalized by the British. 1 had 2 sons taken as prisoners of war. 1 saw his eldest son killed in combat, and 17 lost everything they owned. The hardships and losses, however, were not endured by the signers alone. These 56 brave men were representatives of the 13 colonies, and their stories represent only a handful of the hundreds of thousands of men and women who risked and sacrificed their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor to declare America free of the tyranny and persecution of British rule. The belief and declaration that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, has been the great heritage of our nation. As we celebrate our independence this year, let us not forget what sacrifices were made. Thank God for those 56 brave men, for the hundreds of thousands who fought with them, and thank God for our freedom.